Hello everyone, welcome to the Go Midway Eagles YouTube channel. Today with me I have John Kenger, head women's basketball coach. First of all, we hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. 2017 was a historic year, no doubt, for Midway University, and we look forward to more historic things coming in 2017. Coach, how was your Christmas and New Year?
It was good. It was good. It was a great break. Mm-hmm. A wonderful time to go home. Being from Detroit, making the trip back and seeing a lot of good family, and just getting the time to just kind of unwind and enjoy a lot of good Christmas treats.
Yeah, take your mind off the basketball a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, not much, but first of all, the turnaround that from last year to this year it's been remarkable for you guys. You know, last year was no doubt a struggle, 0-30, and now coming in at the break, you're 11-5 and 2-2 in the River States Conference. Talk about that turnaround and how it helps now that you have just about everyone healthy and everything now.
We had the last year was such a struggle. As we kind of talked about before in the last interview, it really, I think the change with a new coach, a lot of new personnel. We were struggling to kind of figure out where we were going to be at and what we wanted to establish our identity as. And I think we did a great job in the off season of kind of figuring that out. The girls have done a great job buying into the coaching ideas that we have put forth for them, the mentality that, we got to work hard together, and, every day is going to be a battle. We're just seeing some really good teams out there. The River States Conference, I can't say it enough, it's a challenge, night in and night out. Our out-of-conference schedule, I think, prepared us well to battle night in and night out with the River States, and so I'm excited about what we have in store. I think a couple of our young ladies have, like I said, just really responded to stepping up and owning that we are going to have to just absolutely battle, but we got to do it together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You started the year with a big win at Lord's, and then you lose 3 straight. It's not like you were playing. No, you were playing some really good competition. Lindsey Wilson, who's favored to win the Mid-South. You played NCAA Division II, Trevecca Nazarene, and then you played Georgetown. All 3 of them on the road, no doubt, tough opponents.
Yeah, we saw some great talent. Like you were saying, Lindsey Wilson is just it's a top-notch program. Everybody we played with, Trevecca, Lindsey Wilson, when we went to Oakland City, just a lot of Georgetown. Really good opponents that I think really got us prepared for different types of looks that we were going to see this year. I thought it was a good setup to leading into the conference. It pushed us. A lot of them we didn't have, or in a couple of the games we didn't have the results that we wanted, but we saw spurts and we saw situations that we really needed to make sure that we saw before we kind of tackled this conference schedule.
Yeah, you get off to a 1-3 start, but then you win 5 in a row, and then in that stretch you get a River States Conference win over Cincinnati Christian, a big win really, and then you lose on the road to IU Southeast, who's a solid team as well, mm-hmm. up in the tops of the River States Conference in the Western Division. Then you respond to that one by winning 5 more in a row.
The girls have they've done really good with taking those losses, trying to make sure that we're learning from it, not making the same mistakes in the games after. I think it's tough because IU Southeast, even Brescia, it's not really showing in what their record is right now. But they're a tough team. They're scrappy. They're gritty. Everybody that we have played has given us such a test and a challenge, and I think the ones that we've dropped, we've tried to learn from them and move forward, and I think it's kind of shown in how we've bounced back in the next couple of games. Hopefully we just keep continuing to learn and don't have to figure out those tough life lessons sometimes and drop any more that we don't want to.
Yeah, a loss isn't always necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes it's a good thing. It gives you a chance to refocus on something and get back to the daily grind of going to practice and making sure you're doing everything correct.
Definitely.
Yeah. So then you know, you had the turnaround and whatnot, and then you ended it with ended the semester with IU Kokomo in the game of the week. When's the last time we had a game week? Have we had one?
Not to my knowledge.
Yeah, I know we had one in soccer earlier in the year, but to have one against IU Kokomo, that was for first place in the Western Division. IU Kokomo came out with a win. I know we didn't play up to par, maybe what you would like against them.
You know, I think especially with there's a little bit of a change, a coaching change situation going on over there. You know, they really came in. They came in ready to play. They have some phenomenal players over there. The coaching staff that is working with them is just doing a great job right now. They're really not skipping a beat. It was a heck of a game, and I think we didn't start off the way that we wanted, but the girls really kind of fought down the stretch, and again, that was one of those losses that I feel like, you know, we responded the game afterwards, but we really saw that, you know, we got to have better starts, and we got to start battling in different situations and adjusting a little bit more as the game is going through instead of just letting things happen over and over again. But you know what? It's a lesson learned, and I thought we bounced back well against Miami Middleton.
Oh yeah, you ended the semester with a good win over Miami Middleton in a physical game, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good thing that you were able to rest a couple starters. You know, it went down as an exhibition. That was important to be able to go into the break with a win.
Yeah, you know what? I thought it was good for our confidence. The nice thing was that we, you know, we had a couple of minor injuries, so we were able to take that exhibition and say, you know what, let's just rest this and try to make sure that we're good to go after the break. But we got a lot of the team, some good quality minutes, and some young ladies really stepped up and showed us, you know, hey, like I'm here for the team, and if we need. If I need to step up in a pinch, you know, they're ready to do that. And that's the type of, you know, one goes down, another one's ready to step right in and pick up the slack. And that's what we've kind of been living by. They're working like that in practice, really battling each other and showing, hey, you know what, I'm ready for when my turn is, I'm ready to step up.
Yeah, and that's key because you've had three freshmen that I think I've seen that have really stepped up for you. Demetri Patterson,
Definitely.
Haley Yazel, and definitely Madison Jones on the defensive end. I think they've all three played a key role for what you're trying to do.
They are. They're. You know, Demetri is she's a dynamite player. She's really she's electric off the bench, and she just works so hard when she gets in the game. She really gives us a nice little different type of a scoring look down at the post position. Haley Yazel is a young lady who just really has unlimited, you know, or just limitless range. I mean, it's all over the court. She steps across half court and she's within range. So, you know, she's really trying, making a conscious effort to make sure that, you know, she's picking up on the defensive end as well. So we're happy about how she's working hard and never just letting herself be satisfied. And Madison Jones is a young lady that I really feel like, you know, like you were saying, on the defensive end, she's so sound for us, and she really can knock them down from the outside as well. I think the stat that doesn't show in Madison's game is the fact that she just does the intangibles. You know, she's moving the ball the extra pass. She's getting, you know, the rest of the team those wide open looks, and she's making the plays that set up the rest of the team for some good stuff to happen. So she is just an absolute, we're so lucky to have all three of them. We're lucky to have all the young ladies in our program, and those three have really, you know, shined pretty brightly in the beginning parts of the season.
And you had a couple of transfers with Brianna Ball, Patrice Tongue, and Rachel Carter. Those three are starting for you, and then they mix in with couple girls that were here, a couple ladies that were here last year, Jasmine Johnson and Courtney Pfister.
Definitely. You know, Courtney's been battling. You know, she came off of with last year. She's just had such a tough year last year with some back issues and whatnot, and they flare up every now and then, but she just works her butt off. She really does, no matter how much pain she's in. And you know, it's hard because I try to tell her, you know, we'd love to rest you. If it gets too much, just shut it down. She just never wants to shut it down. She just wants to work so hard. Jasmine is really, you know, we talked a little bit after the season last year, and her and I both agreed we never want to have a situation like that again. She really owned it this summer and came back just determined. I looked at the coaching staff after watching her in a couple of just some early season workouts, and I was blown away at how hard she looked. Yeah, I mean, she just looked so determined to just turn this whole season around. Brianna Ball and Patrice have just been an absolute blessing to have from St. Catherine. Both of those young ladies came off the bench over there, and you know what, I think they had a lot of good talent, but these players I think have really kind of gone underlooked in the Mid-South Conference, you know, in previous years. I'm thrilled to have them. They're great members of the team. Brianna can kind of score with the best of them. Patrice is really kind of just that quiet giant out there, you know, her size.
She's going to get a rebound whenever you need one.
She really does, and it's like she'll have these moments where she'll get off her feet, and it's just like, oh my gosh, how did she get up so high to grab that board? I mean, we're just really lucky to have both those two young ladies. Rachel Carter's another young, you know, just have her transfer in from UNA. She has come in and she's just been absolutely determined. She's working after practice. She's working before practice. She's turning herself into quite the post player. You know, we are just, she had a lot of great skill set, and we have just been really blessed to have her come in and put in the effort that she has and the work that she has. I think a lot of people don't understand, you know, I think when they see the hype, they automatically think, well, this girl's just going to score by the bundles. But the reality is, anybody that is as tall as her really draws double and triple teams.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She gets so much attention. So it's not so much the scoring. We told her in the recruiting process of this is we're looking for her to protect the rim, you know, bother shots, block shots, and she's doing amazing. You know, she's one of the top in the River States in terms of block shots, and she really. I wish they had a stat for how many shots she bothered, because she just does a great job protecting the rim and grabbing boards for us. So she's been amazing.
Yeah. Speaking of that, she ranks seventh in Division II in the nation in total blocks with 28, and ranks 12th in blocks per game. I know her offensive game is still developing and whatnot. She showed that she has promise offensively.
Oh, yeah.
But like you said, you want her for defense, and
exactly.
she's shown that.
Exactly. You know, being and that's one of the things that I say coming in here, and we're slowly just every day working and trying to get one step better with it. But the defensive stuff has to be something that we improve on. And, you know, they've grinded things out. We're putting different ideas in their head. They're doing things. I'm asking them to do things defensively that probably other coaches have never talked to them about, and just a little bit of a different mindset. And they've really responded well. And, you know, they go at it hard every day. And I can't thank them enough for really believing in what we're trying to give to them as a coaching staff.
Yeah, you hit it earlier about injuries, and you know, you were able to rest a couple against Miami Middletown, and the break really came at a key time. You know, we didn't have, knock on wood, we didn't have any major injuries, but we've had just a couple nagging injuries, an ankle here, Courtney Pfister with a back issue or something like that.
Yeah.
Talk about how that it's able to get them the rest that they need, because if it's during the season, it's kind of hard for them to take off, because they're missing practice and whatnot, and they really need to be there. But yet during Christmas they had a couple weeks off, just rest your injuries and come back healthy for the second semester.
I think with the break that we had, that you know, Midway allows, it really did give them a great chance to kind of just rest and recuperate. Watching them come back, you know, on the first day that we were back after break, just to see them in there running and moving, it was just like, okay, you know, that break was great, not just for me, but for obviously for them as well. You know, and I think throughout the season, that's one of the challenges every coach in America is facing. They have just those, you know, like you were saying, the ankles, the little bit of my knee, I got some pain in my knee, and you know, they're tired and they're working so hard. And the way that our conference schedule is kind of set up, you know, we're having, just like with this weekend, you know, we're going to be playing back to back. So it really, it wears and tears on the body. And so any chance, the fact that we were able to give them a chance to really kind of step away and get a good, decent sized break to rest those injuries, we were really lucky and thankful for that.
Yeah, that's another thing with the conference schedule taking into shape. In the second semester, you play 14 games, all conference games. You got a couple back-to-backs in there, and as you said earlier, it's never easy in the River States Conference.
It's really not. You know, we're excited about this weekend. I think Love going to Pittsburgh. It's it's a nice little trip. It's a chance to get away from and just see some things that are a little bit different. And it's exciting to be able to play the level of competitions that we're going to go play. Point Park is just an absolute monster of a team this year. The coaching staff over there has done an amazing job really getting them prepped and ready. Their schemes and just the discipline that he's instilled in that program is, I'm very appreciative that we get a chance to kind of go there and kind of see how we fare against a great program like that. I know they're receiving votes right now, and if they keep on the path they're at, they're really gonna make a name for themselves at the national level. So we're excited to go play against that type of talent, and then to follow it up with going to Carlo. I couldn't be couldn't be happier, because that is a program that has done the same exact thing. I feel like they've kind of done what we're trying to do in taking steps to keep continuing being successful. Last year I felt like Coach Teague had run a really good job of kind of rebuilding the program and start taking steps forward to putting some good, solid, some great defensive stuff together. Their offensive stuff has looked really, really good. They're a very talented team, and I tell you what, the thing that scared me the most this offseason was seeing just every player that she was bringing in. She's got such great talent over there, and the girls are class acts. Watching them on film, just very impressed with the way they handle themselves. It's going to be a fun game, and we look forward to just the challenge of playing that type of competition.
Yeah, after your 2-game swing up in Pittsburgh, you come back home, but you're still on the road at Asbury and at Alice Lloyd. 2 teams that are really tough. Asbury made it to the national tournament last year. Alice Lloyd is kind of on the up. They got a couple guards from St. Catherine, where I came from, that I remember seeing. Really good, really solid.
You know what? Asbury is just, time and time again, year in and year out, they really just show why they're, I guess not the blue bloods of the River States Conference, but they're just really, they're getting up there, and they always make a great name for themselves. They're a tough team that works hard. Khalil Whiteside is an absolute beast on the boards. I think she's nationally ranked for boards per game.
She just scored her 1,000th point, I think I seen.
Jeez, OP. Yeah, and it's just, it's a great group over there. They move the ball well, they shoot the ball extremely well from the outside, and they just compete. We're excited about that matchup. And then Alice Lloyd, to turn around and go to Alice Lloyd, a great program, very well coached. John Mills over there does a great job. He's such a nice guy, and he's so intense as a coach. It's really it's going to be fun to go over there and play that type of competition. Like you were saying, the young ladies that came from St. Catherine, the twins, Miranda and Kayla, they're tough. They're really tough, and they're really kind of igniting the engine over there at Alice Lloyd. So that should be a good one.
Yeah. And then after those 4, it kind of helps that you play all those games on the road, and then you come home and you play 8 of your last 10 at home. Talk about the importance of playing at home and getting that crowd involved in the home games.
I think in the late parts of the season, when you're getting into the late part of January and into February play, it's tough as a player. I know it's tough as a coach. It's just tough across the board to really get yourself going, because your body's worn down. You've been on the road, you've been traveling, you've been doing all this stuff. So to be able to come home and have a nice stretch of home games like that, where you got the energy of the crowd to help kind of boost you through and really push you, it's going to be a lot of fun. And the groups, the fan base over here at Midway, I thought it was great last year, and it's only getting better, especially with the expansion and having men's sports now. It's just such an electric type feel in the gym, and it really gets rocking. So we're excited about the last stretch of home games. I think it's just going to be really good for us to kind of hopefully propel us into the RSC tournament.
Yeah, and you still have to play everyone in the East once, and then in the West you have to play everyone twice except Kokomo, Southeast, Cincinnati Christian, and Brescia. You've already played those 2. So you got Asbury twice and Alice Lloyd twice. and then a little bit later on January 26th, Indiana University East comes to town, ranked 21st in the nation, and the list goes on and on.
Oh yeah. They, you know what, IU East is just, they found their niche, they found their stride. Watching them last year as a first-year coach in this conference, you could just see right off the bat this group is going to be something special, and they just keep continuing to grow and just really give it to their opponents. They're relentless. They never stop working. They're a team that truly just wants it. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter how big or what level you play at, they are just ready to work. So, that's going to be a really good test for us to kind of see, when we come up against a really elite team like that, how do we fare and kind of where do we find ourselves?
Mm-hmm. Well, Coach, good luck the second half semester. Everyone stay tuned to GoMidwayEagles.com for your latest updates on not only the women's basketball team, but every team here at Midway University. Anything else you want to add, Coach?
We just appreciate all the support, and we hope to see you out at some of those home games late in the season.
Yeah. All right, Coach. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.